All right, so in section 6.4, we have a couple of objectives. The first one is we're going to graph our logarithmic functions without using the exponential and then flipping the ordered pairs. So it's just so important when you're dealing with logarithms to remember this one thing. The logarithm equals the power. The logarithmic function produces a power of the base. So when we are going to graph a logarithmic function, pick powers of your base. And what I mean is this. We are going to graph the log base 2 of x function. So what I recommend you do is when you make your xy table, I'm going to pick powers of 2. And so now when I plug these values in, when I plug 8 in, I have log base 2 of 8. So you ask yourself, 2 to what power is 8? And that is 3. And then log base 2 of 4. 2 to what power is 4? 2. Log base 2 of 2. 2 to what power is 2? Log base 2 of 1. 2 to what power is 1? Well, anything to the 0 power produces 1. And then log base 2 of a half. 2 to what power is a half? Well, since the 2 is in the denominator, I go -1. So this is my ordered pairs. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph this. Okay, and so I'm going to graph these ordered pairs. So I've got, and it's going to look just like the graph that we did when we first started talking about the inverse of the exponential. You can rewatch that. So I'm going to go over 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 3. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2. Over 2, up 1. Over 1, 0, over a half, -1. Remember, I've got a vertical asymptote here of the y-axis. And so this is the graph of log base 2 of x. And then just like every other graph that we have done, we are going to do transformations of these. So the black graph here that I have just drawn, this is log base 2 of x. What I'm going to do in red now is we are going to say, what's the graph of log base 2 of, let's say, x plus 3 is? Notice the plus 3 is in parentheses with the x. So just real quick, pause the video and remind yourself, what does the plus 3 do when it's being done directly to the x? And hopefully what you wrote down is that it's going to move the entire graph left 3 units. So what I'm going to start with is my asymptote. I'm going to move the asymptote left 3 units. So I'm going to put a nice dotted vertical line right here. It's a little wavy there, but I think you get the impression. And then I'm just going to move all of these points left 3. So instead of 8, this is going to go 7, 6, 5. Instead of 4, it's going to go 3, 2, 1. Instead of 2, it's going to go 1, 0, -1. Instead of 1, it's going to go to -2. And instead of a half, it's going to go to -2.5. So this is my log base 2 graph. Can't draw and talk. That's my log base 2 graph moved left 3 units.